Hi everyone, welcome back into my kitchen, Cooking with Carol Diane. I'm Diane. Thank you for joining me again. Thank you if this is your first time of clicking on my channel. What am I going to fix today for you? Well, tomorrow's my birthday. Yay! I guess. Or maybe I should do the song, I'll cry if I want to on my birthday. Everybody has a birthday. Everybody gets a year older. We don't like it. We really don't. I don't anyway. Have you ever had a time in your life where you have lost a day? I did. Only I lost more than a day. I lost a couple of days. So last Saturday when I did my last video, I don't know why, but I really thought last Saturday was Monday. I even set my trash out for the week. I was all ready to watch The Voice that evening, and all that was on was a football game from 7 o'clock clear until 10 o'clock at night. None of that was ringing a bell with me at all. All I know is I lost a couple of days in there. I do know that today is October 29th because the trash truck just picked up our trash. I do know that. Okay, so I do know that tomorrow I am going out to lunch with my ladies on my birthday. That's going to be a real treat for me. My youngest son and his girlfriend, I think, are going to stop by and have dinner with me tomorrow evening. But why I wanted to make this bread is I wanted something good for tomorrow. And this is something that you do need to do, all breads, well, no, I shouldn't say all breads. You have watched me make soda bread at St. Patrick's Day. Easy. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. Put it all in, mix it up, put it in the bowl, and bake it. This one's a little different. Artisan bread is a little different where there's no kneading. And there's only 4 little things that you put in this bread to get it going. But this particular one, you do have to wait till it does the rising process. And by dinner time tonight, when I'm ready to have my dinner, I will be able to pop back on and put this in the oven and bake it. And I think that'll be kind of nice. It has rained all of last night. It's very windy today. Full sunshine outside, so I'll have no problem in having my bread rise today. Tomorrow's going to be pretty yucky on my birthday. It really is. Usually it snows on my birthday. We'll just have to see tomorrow when I get up what it's going to do. But let me jump right in and show you how easy this artisan bread is. And yes, I'll be putting it in a Dutch oven pot. That's how I'm going to cook mine. I could very well have gotten out my cast iron. It's a Dutch oven cast iron that I use like on the campground when I'm cooking outdoors when we're camping. But I'm not going to do that today. In fact, I think that's out in my shed. I can't remember where it's at. But I think today I'm going to use just one of my Dutch oven pots that I have in the house. I don't know, I may change my mind and walk out to the shed and get it. I have no idea. Let's start the recipe, okay? So what you will need, if you have bread flour, that's great, but I don't. And you don't have to. You can use regular all-purpose flour for this, and that's what I'm going to use today. You're going to need 3 cups of flour. So get you some flour. I'm going to get a whole bunch here and level it off. There's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. If I can get down in there. That's just the first step. Not too hard on that now, is it? All right, next step, yes, you're going to need some yeast. You're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, which I have right here. What do you do with that? Yeah, you put it right in the flour, okay? And then you're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Put that in. Next step, stir that around. Make sure that the yeast is all in your flour and that the salt is all mixed in there. Everything has to get mixed up real well. You can use a whisk to do this. I'm just using my wooden spoon this morning. Now comes the part of taking 1 1/2, and it's got to be like bath water. Really, just stick your hand in and have it like bath water. You don't want it too hot and you don't want it too cold or you'll kill your yeast. So mine's hopefully this morning what I need. Pour that in there and mix this around now. I don't think that's too hard, is it? Very much like my soda bread when I'm making it. This just kind of comes around and starts forming. Now, if you feel you need a little bit more water, which obviously I do, let me go grab some. I'm only going to get about, another half. About another half of water. I live in a dry climate. I really do. And I need this to be a real, kind of a sticky looking. Yeah, that's better. Didn't even take just half of that. That's better. Just so that it's, you know that it's getting all mixed up in here. Very moist looking. That's what I want. I want it to look very, very moist. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yeah. See? It's looking kind of like that. Pause 1 minute, let my dogs out. Okay, I did want to grab a rubber spatula because now I want to kind of just scrape the sides just a little bit here to get it all down into the bowl. It's wet, moist, everything that I want it to look like and be. That's what it is this morning. Good. Good, good. Now what do? You can take some saran wrap, or you can do like the old-fashioned cooks and cover it with any kind of a kitchen towel. Now I'm going to put this over on my counter where the sun is kind of hitting my counter and I know that it's nice and warm, and I'm going to leave it alone, clear until about dinner time when I come back and show you how easy this is to put it in the pan and pop it in the oven and have nice bread for dinner tonight. I shall be back. Well, here we go. Are you ready to see what this bread's gonna turn out to be? I am. I really am. Okay, so here's the next step. After it has risen now for about 4 hours in here, something like that, 4 to 5 hours, it rose up enough of what I wanted, and then I'll show you the texture and kind of what it looks like. What I'm going to do is put it back in my this particular Dutch oven that I have, which is my 7-quart. I need to get me a 5, 5.5. I really do. Maybe I'll treat myself to that this week. I don't know, but I'm going to put it in this pot. And what do? I come over here to my oven, and I set the whole thing in my oven, but I turn my oven on a pretty high heat, 500 degrees. Yep. While that's going to heat up not only my Dutch oven pot, but then also the oven, get it way up there to a high heat, almost like when I do my buttermilk biscuits. You need a really hot oven to do that. Okay, so now we're going to uncover. Yeah, look at that. Now it's going to look funny. It really is. It's going to look jiggly. If it jiggles like this, like Jell-O, yes, you did it right. If it looks like it's got a whole bunch of air holes in it, again, you did it right. Okay, what are we going to do with it? Take some flour. And this is all while you've got your oven where it is preheating, getting nice and hot. You just need a good surface area to put some flour down, really. That's what you need. Now take a pastry, you need a plastic one that has the bin to it, you know, of a pastry cutter, stripper, whatever you want to call it, but they're just like this. They really are. And now we want to get the dough out. That's good. Yeah. Now we want to get it out of the bowl. And this is the easiest way to do it. Really, it is. Get it all out of the bowl with the scraper. It will still look a little funny to you, and that's okay. Really. Then you just want to take a little bit of this flour, and you want to get the dough where you can form it into a kind of a ball. It's working real nice, it really is. Just kind of form it. Do whatever kind of a big ball here. If I can, get it up here. Now, because I want to reuse this bowl, I'm going to pause just for a minute while I wash it, because I don't have another bowl just like that, but I'm going to wash that and then be right back. All right, it just buzzed on my oven, beeped. Everything in my house talks to me, it does. Let me grab the Dutch oven. Very hot. Very, very hot. All right. Now we're back to the dough here. This is why you needed another pan. Because if you put your parchment paper in here, you'd either have to have, which I don't have in my house. I don't have those nice little oven gloves. And I don't even know if I'd get used to them. I mean, I'm so used to a hot pad. But you would need those to do this, of setting it down in here with those gloves. Some people work just fine for them. Take a sharp knife and try to make a little slit, just like a little half moon on the top in your dough. Probably should have done that when I was over there to show you. Oh well. Oh well, it's been a day today. It really has. Put the top back on your Dutch oven. I'm going to lower my temperature now of 475. Because remember, every time you open an oven door, it's letting air in there and the hot air out. And that's not what you want. Set your timer for 30 minutes. Yeah. And then after 30 minutes, I'll pop back on and show you the final step into making this nice round loaf of bread that I think you'll want to make again. I've got another recipe for it that actually I'm letting rise on the counter right now. And if I like it, I'll show you how to make that one too. Pretty easy, but faster. It's more like a speed up recipe than this one. This one really didn't take long. I mean, it's no different than setting out those frozen rolls that you make at Thanksgiving time and allowing them to defrost and start to rise. It's really no different than that. So just a few little hours, you know, from morning until when you're ready to have your dinner and you've got a nice loaf of bread. You really do. I'll be back. Alrighty, it's time to take the Dutch oven out of the oven. Set it down here. Take off the lid. Don't know if I can get it there for you to see. Now we have to take the paper out of there. So the quickest way to do that, I mean, it should just kind of jiggle out there, but you might want to take this of a spatula and get the paper out of it. I don't know if you can see it any better. There you go. Now we're going to put it back in the oven for a good 10-15 minutes to get the rest of it browned. Yep. And that's up to you how much you want it browned. I'm going to start mine at 10 minutes. At the same temperature, 475. And get that without the lid. And get that nice and browned in there. I think you'll like this recipe. Like I said, I did another one, which I will pop on and show you the results of that. But I like to mess around with recipes. I'm no different than anybody else. I really do. I like to find different recipes, but I usually go back to the tried and true of what my mother or grandmother always made in the kitchen, so that, you know, I'm familiar with it, and I know it's going to come out, you know, each year. So I was asked to do Thanksgiving dinner at my house this year. Okay, that's fine. It's going to be quite a few people at my table. I don't have a problem with any of that. If you're like me and you have to plan ahead, as my children always say, Mom, plan ahead. Okay. I'm going to start to do that by the end of this week. I've already made a list. Yeah, I got to have a list. My list is to say, 1, make a list. Make a list of what you're doing before the holiday arrives. Okay, 2, table decor. Get creative. I think I've done that. And I will be changing it right at, well, the night before Thanksgiving. That's when I usually put my turkeys on the table and change the kind of the theme of it just a little bit more. And I will be doing that. Make your list as far as the food that you want to have for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I pretty well know what I want to make. I really do. To go shopping. Okay. Whether you go to one store or several stores, stick to your list, really. I have done this so many times that I will go to the store either a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, you know, that I'm starting to get some stuff put together, and then I get carried away because I keep going back and I keep going back, and it's like, I don't want to do that this year. I want to really stick to a plan, stick to a budget more than anything. And that's what you need to do. Another one is clean your house. Before anybody arrives, take a day, an afternoon, whatever it's going to take, and clean your house. I usually start with my kitchen first. I like to have everything, the countertops, everything. I take everything off of the countertops and I scour and sanitize everything before I ever begin Thanksgiving dinner. It's just what I've always done, especially if I know that many people are coming or whatever. That's the first thing. Then I just kind of go around the house, of course, to get the bathrooms all clean because your guests will use your restrooms. And make sure everything's dusted, put away, you know, they don't want to see a bunch of clutter when you come to your house. Okay, get that done. There is what's called surface clean and deep clean. That's up to you, you know, whether you want to take a weekend and fly in and really scour and deep clean your house before family and friends arrive, or whether you want to do what's just called a surface clean, and that's just to take, you know, a little dusting here and there, wipe off here and there, maybe run the vacuum, whatever. I try to do a deep clean. I really do. If I have the energy and strength. This year, like I said, and I do it in stages. I'll take one day that I focus on, okay, let's just get my kitchen, you know, where I think it's real clean and nice, and I want to begin baking and cooking all the recipes. Then I'll take another day that I think, okay, now let's tackle the living room, or let's do those bathrooms, or, you know, whatever it is. Let's wash the windows. You can't even see out the windows, you know. Those are the things you think about for the holiday. This is why people get stressed, is because they have it all to do. Maybe they're thinking it's all too fast. It's coming too fast for me. I can't get it all done. You can. If you plan, if you breathe, and slow down a little bit, you can put it all together. If you have people that you will want to ask, you know, you bring the relish tray, you know, you bring the deviled eggs, then that takes the load off of you. And I really kind of think that's what I'm going to ask and do this year. Most of the time I don't. I just do it all myself. And at the very end, you know, I'm kind of exhausted, because when you get older, and tomorrow I'm getting older, I'm getting 1 year older. It's like I don't know if I want to do that much work anymore. I really don't. So having helping hands is great. Try to always remember what Thanksgiving is all about. Write a few things down. I did. I wrote down giving. What is giving? Giving is sharing. Sharing of yourself. This year I'll be sharing and giving my family, you know, a piece of me again that I'm putting the Thanksgiving dinner on. Thankful. That's what to be thankful for. Your blessings, your family, your friends, your health, whatever has happened during the year that you think, dodged the bullet on that, you know, and it came out a survivor on that. Be thankful for what station in life you're at right now. Gratitude. That's another past year's blessings. Look around and say to yourself, write them down if you want to. You know, I'm grateful for this. Gosh, I'm grateful for that, you know, during the year. Unity, that's between people, family, and friends. If you're not having anybody at your Thanksgiving table, maybe you and your significant other, that's okay. It's just you two uniting at the table to be thankful for the meal that's put before you. So it's okay. Harvest. Okay, that's kind of what Thanksgiving's all about, isn't it? If you really go back in time to read about the pioneer people of, you know, getting their harvest collected for the year of all of the bounty of their wheat and their gardens and, you know, their animals of what they've, you know, raised all year, and you know, okay, they had to slaughter the ham, or they're, you know, whatever they're doing. That's what it's all about, of the harvest. I've gathered quite a bit this summer by going to the fruit and farm stands and canning my peaches and my beans and my tomatoes, all of that. And I may not go real hog wild on all that for Thanksgiving either. I may pull a couple of my great big canning jars of my beans that I did and have them. They're delicious, really. Add just a couple little things to them and be done with it. And the last is reflection. That's the reflection of everything that is gratitude in your life and what you are thankful for. Look back over this last year. Some things have been good, some things not so good. We are in stressful times. We're on shaky ground right now. People are stressed about the election coming up. People are stressed about their jobs. How in the world are they even going to feed their family for Thanksgiving? That's what I'm grateful for right now, even just today. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that my refrigerator and freezer is full of food, that, you know, I'm not going to go hungry. And that, gosh, thankful that my kids even want to sit at this table this year, because for so many years they haven't. You know, they're grown and they have their significant others, and they want to spend time with them, and they haven't. In 5 years that I've lived in this house, we haven't had a Thanksgiving dinner with the whole family together. And so I'm a little sentimental about it this year. I really am. Do I want to do all the hard work? Not particularly, but I do want my family together. I really do. I was called out during my baking of all of this and preparing this particular bread to my 95-year-old neighbor next door. Her furnace, the thermostat, she thinks is acting up. And, buzzer. Let me check right quick. I'll get back to that story. Let me check it right quick and see if 10 minutes was enough time. Oh, yeah. Yeah? I like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be set like that. And, you know, I think I'm just going to take it out. See if I can get it out with this. Because this pan is hot. You don't want to touch that pan in any way, shape, or form. Look at there. Yeah. And I did it all by myself. Shucky darn. And you can too. You can too. Look at that. I will take a picture of that zoomed in. I will wait till it cools down a little bit and I will slice it and take pictures of that. Oh, I can't even tell you. There's nothing better in your house for a smell than to smell fresh baked bread. Wow. I'm pleased with this. I really am. Anyway, back to my neighbor. I had to go over there and I had to take a picture of her thermostat on her wall. I had to take a picture of her furnace, what it was, because I would like my older son, who I think might pop in tonight. I don't know, either today or tomorrow. I'd like him to go over and fix it because my second son, who is heating and air conditioning expert, he's clear up in Aspen. He won't be back down in this area till late tonight, and his whole company is just swamped right now, so he couldn't really do it for her. But I think I might be able to get my son. And then while I was doing this bread, I was thinking, you know, I think I went over last year and sent him over last year, and all it was to put some batteries in her thermostat on the wall. I don't know. I think I'll go over there and try it for her, and she'll be pleased with that. She really will. So today's video is making this nice artisan bread that I'm going to probably have with dinner tonight. Or I can save it. I can put it in a Ziploc bag, and I can save it for tomorrow night when I have my kids here and we have dinner, birthday dinner together. I hope everyone is having a wonderful fall. Feel free to chit-chat with me at any time. And today, I just want to say, breathe. Really, take your life one step at a time. Slow down and breathe. It'll all come out in the wash, as my mother always said. It'll all be okay. This is from my kitchen to yours. From Cooking with Carol Diane. I'll catch you next time when I'm not sure what I am going to make or bake or serve or whatever I'm doing, but it'll be something. Until then, happy fall, everyone. Bye-bye.